Hi everyone and welcome to this video. In this video I want to go over counting and especially combinations and permutations. So I'm going to show you how you can calculate those and how it's used to uh, evaluate or calculate probabilities. Okay, first of all, combination, that's how what you see the notation. It's C parentheses N R, N comma R, or C, you put the N on the top, R in the bottom, or C, you put the N on the left and R in the right, or just parentheses and R. They all mean the same thing. These are just different notations. The formula for that is n factorial, and be patient, I'll tell you what factorial is. This exclamation mark or point in mathematics means factorial over r factorial times n minus r factorial. Then we have permutation. It's p parentheses n comma r, and that's n factorial divided by n minus r factorial. Or also you might see this notation, especially in your calculators. Now, what is if you see 4 factorial, that's how you read it. 4 factorial, you start from 4, then you take 1 out, times 3 times 2 times 1, so it's 24. 5 factorial is 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, and that's 120. 0 factorial is 1, and 1 factorial is also 1. Now, if you have 5 factorial divided by 4 factorial, that's 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 divided by 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, and these cancel each other. You're just left with 5. This is the slow way of doing it. If you want to do that fast, you can say 5 factorial divided by 4 factorial is 5 times 4 factorial, because you know you have a 4 factorial in the denominator, and just cancel the 4 factorial, so the answer is 5. And again, that's the fast way of doing this. For example, 10 factorial divided by 8 factorial is 10 times 9 times 8 factorial, and you stop at 8 factorial because you know you have an 8 factorial in the denominator. They cancel, and the answer is 90. 6 factorial, 7 factorial divided by 6 factorial, that's 7 times 6 factorial divided by 6 factorial. One more time, you stop at 6 factorial because you know they're going to cancel, so the answer is 7. 8 factorial divided by 5 factorial is 8 times 7 times 6, and you just write 5 factorial because you know you have a 5 factorial in the denominator, they cancel, so the answer is 336. Now let's calculate some combination. So as we saw before, C and R, let's just call it like that, is n factorial divided by r factorial times n minus r factorial, and remember, n is always greater than r. If you have the combination of 7 and 5, or the way also you say that, you say 7 choose 5. So that's 7 factorial because that's our n, divided by 5 factorial because that's our r, and 7 minus 5 factorial. So what you get is 7 factorial divided by 5 factorial, and of course 7 minus 5 is 2 factorial. So it's 7 times 6 times, you stop at 5 factorial because you know you have a 5 factorial in the denominator. And 2 factorial is 2 times 1. They cancel. So you get 7 times 6 divided by 2, 6 and 2. They can simplify, and then that's 3. So 7 times 3 is 21. Let's try a couple of more. The combination of 8 and 6 is 8 factorial divided by 6 factorial times 8 minus 6 factorial. So that's 8 factorial divided by 6 factorial times 2 factorial. So you say 8 times 7 times 6 factorial, stop at 6 factorial because we know we have a 6 factorial in the denominator, and 2 factorial is 2 times 1. 8 divided by 2 is 4. So then you do 4 times 7 is 28. The combination of 10, 7 is 10 factorial divided by 7 factorial times 10 minus 7 factorial. That's 10 factorial divided by 7 factorial times 3 factorial. So it's 10 times 9 times 8 times 7 factorial. Again, we stop at 7 factorial because we know we have a 7 factorial in the denominator. They cancel. 3 factorial is 3 times 2 times 1. 9 divided by 3 is 3. And what's left is 3. And 8 divided by 2 is 4. So 3 times 4 times 10, and that's 120. Now, if you want to use your calculator for that, what you can do, you can go with the TI-84, go to math. So find math, and then right on the top right side, you see probability, PRB, and you have number 2, which is NPR, that's permutation, and the bottom one is NCR, which is combination. So if you want to calculate the combination of 10 and 7, first you push 10. So then go to math, then pick probability, which is right here. Then you're going to go to 3, which is NCR. Then just enter, and then enter 7, and enter again. The calculator will give you the answer. If you want to calculate permutations, so the permutation of 10, 7 is 10 factorial divided by 10 minus 7 factorial. And that's 10 factorial divided by 3 factorial. So it's 10 times 9 times 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 factorial. You stop right there because they're going to cancel. And you get 604,800. And you notice that the combination, the permutation is a much larger number. And we're going to see what they are. With calculator, so again, if you want to calculate the permutation of 8, 3, so first you enter 8, then you go to math, then you pick probability, then you pick NPR, you enter, then you put that second number 3 and you enter again, and the calculator will give you the answer. So now let's understand what they are. Let's see, we have a set ABC. ABC are letters. And if I say make 2-letter words with ABC, so you can pick AB, none of them have any sense, but AB is not the same thing as BA. So you pick BA also. If you pick AC, then you have to pick CA also. If you pick BC, then you have to pick CB also. Basically, if you pick 2, you have to arrange it because they don't have the same meaning. So we have 6 of those. So what you do, you choose and arrange when you do that, and that's permutation. The permutation of what? 3, 2, because we have 3 letters here and we want to make 2-letter words. And if you calculate, is 3 factorial divided by 3 minus 2 factorial, and that's 3 factorial divided by 1 factorial. And if you calculate, you're going to get 6, that number. And you're going to say, oh, this is, it's better for me to write all this. But if you have not 3, but 10 or 15 or even 100 elements in your original set, then just writing them, it's going to be impossible. So you better use the formula. Now we have the same thing, a set ABC, and ABC are people. Now what we want to do is make all the possible groups of 2 people with A, B, and C. So here I pick AB. I don't have to arrange this and say BA because AB and BA is the same group. AC or C is the same group, so you just pick AC and you pick BC, and again, you don't have to arrange it because we're talking about people and it's the same group. So how many we have is 1, 2, and 3. So here you just choose, and order is not important. So when you only choose and order don't arrange, and order is not important, then you use combination. Here is going to be combination of 3, 2 is 3 factorial divided by 2 factorial times 3 minus 2 factorial. And if you calculate that, which by now you know how to do it, you're gonna get 3, and we got the answer. Now let's do an example. I don't know if you have seen Powerball, the Lotto Powerball, and I'm gonna go over that, kind of show you how that works. The Powerball has 5 numbers and a bonus number, and that's called the Powerball. Those 5 numbers are picked from numbers 1 to 69, and the bonus is picked from 1 to 26. Now, let's say you buy a ticket and your numbers are 15, 25, 69, 42, 8, and the bonus on your ticket is 4. And that night you check the winning numbers. There are 8, 42, 69, 25, 15. Let's see if they match. So 8, yes. 42, yes. 69, yes. 25, yes. And 15, yes. And the bonus is, or the Powerball is 4. So the question is, do we win? So, and the answer is yes. So because all our numbers matched. However, they're not in the same order, and in Lotto, order is not important. As long as you buy a ticket and your number match, then that means your ticket is a winner ticket. If order is not important, right away think of combination. So let's calculate the probability of winning the Powerball. First, we're gonna calculate the possible numbers from, or the combinations from 1 to 69. That's C69, 5, and in this case, use your calculator. If you do that, you get 11,238,513. Then let's calculate the possible numbers or combinations from 1 to 26. That's just C of 26, 1, because it's only one number. And if you calculate, you get 26. The probability of 5 numbers is 1 over 11,238,513. The probability of getting the bonus number is 1 out of 26. Now, the probability of winning the Powerball, so these are independent events. So if you want to get the probability, you have to multiply them. So the probability of winning is the probability of 5 number times the probability of the bonus. So it's going to be 1 over 11,238,513 times 1 over 36. That's 1 over 292,201,338. So if you buy 1 ticket, the probability of winning is 1 out of that large number, which is a very, very, very small number. It's still possible. All right, I think that's good enough for this lecture. When you deal with permutations, for example, if I say there is a horse race and you pick 3 horses, and you pick one to be number 1, the second one number 2, and the third one number 3. That way you pick and you have to arrange that. So if you want to find the possible numbers, in that case, you lose permutations, which we might see in the next videos. But for this one, I think that's good enough. And thank you for watching. And I'll see you in my next video lecture. Have a good one, everyone.